What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're recapping day 8 of the New York Giants OTAs. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new to join the 27 squad. Make sure you guys add me and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Go ahead and leave your video suggestions in my DMs or link me to stuff or whatever you want to do. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off, we have some things to talk about. Who knows if it's serious? Who knows if it's not? We have Evan Engram. He's going to be sidelined with a hamstring injury. Now, we all know Evan Engram previously had a hamstring injury before last year and missed some time as well. I don't know if it's the same hamstring. I don't know if it's on the same leg. Hopefully, I don't know whether the hope for if it is or if it's not. I don't know. But hopefully he gets well. Hopefully it's not too serious. And you guys know teams will always say, oh, it's not that serious. And they wind up being on IR for the rest of the year. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and pray that he's okay, because Evan Engram is going to have a huge impact on this team this year without Odell Beckham being there. And we all know Evan Engram balls out without Odell Beckham there. And secondly, before we start on this, there's some controversy going on with Daniel Jones and Eli Manning and Pat Shurmur, and should Daniel Jones be the starting quarterback? I'm going to come out with a video on that later on today and kind of slow everybody's roll on that and kind of be the Debbie Downer of that. But I'm going to make a video on that later on today, so make sure you guys stay tuned later on tonight. So let's get on. We always start off with the standout players. We're going to start off with Jabrill Peppers, and Jabrill Peppers going ahead and making himself known here in his third year in the NFL, and he's really just shooting away my expectations. You guys know that I related Jabrill Peppers to a bag of chips, a bag of Fritos, and some Powerade is what we traded for Odell Beckham with the 17th overall pick and Jabrill Peppers. But listen, Jabrill Peppers absolutely destroying my expectations so far in OTAs. He's looking like a real true safety and not just looking like one of those gadget players that, you know, just fulfill some sort of very special role and that's barely utilized. Like he's actually a safety. Like he's actually playing like one. In this case, he's batted away a lot of balls today. He's deflected a lot of balls. He's been very good in coverage alongside with Janoris Jenkins in that cornerback spot. And today, he was one of the very few people to actually catch Saquon Barkley here. It says here he caught running back Saquon Barkley, who he played against in the Big Ten in the backfield on a handoff. The 5'11", 233-pound Barkley made a spin move just as Peppers, who is the same height but 20 pounds lighter, was approaching. So he was able to catch Saquon Barkley. Who knows who would win that tackle battle? I think we all know who would win that tackle battle, but it's very, very good to see that Jabrill Peppers is competing. He's up there with the big boys now. Him and Evan Engram have been going at it every single time they've played together. Every single time Evan Engram was healthy and able to play, they've been going at it. Him and Sterling Shepard as well. And with also, obviously with Saquon Barkley now. Jabrill Peppers has also been known to be the talk of the football field. He's been the chit chatter, the trash talker, and I love it. I love trash talk, especially when it's coming from my guys. That shows they're confident, they're ready, they're amped up, and they feel like nothing could stop them. And it says here, just to see how easy it is to get in guys' head, Pepper said last week, I know how defenses play the game, so if they are used to it in practice, they will be used to it in the game, and to see how they respond. Competition brings the best out of everybody. It never hurts a little bit. Even Sterling Shepard, who's on the offensive side of the football, who's receiving the trash talk, says, I think it's important for us to go back and forth with each other. That's what's going on in game day on and off the field. So to bring that competitive edge to it, I love what Jabrill Peppers is doing there. Next up, we have CJ Conrad, the tight end out of Kentucky. Now, it was a gusty there in the Meadowlands in Quest Diagnostics Training Center, so you're not going to see any Madden-esque highlights as the article says here. But CJ Conrad made a handful of catches today, and also with the injury of Evan Engram has bumped himself up to the second team for now on. Well, not from now on, but so far he was with the second team a little bit. Also played with the third team, obviously, with Alex Tanny and Kyle Loletto, but he's making himself, he's getting up there as far as the depth chart goes. He's really impressing so far. He's one of the guys I told you guys to be sure to watch during OTAs and preseason, things like that. This is his second standout player of the OTAs, so not too bad from the rookie tight end. Then we move on to safety Kenny Ladler. Now, Kenny Ladler is a safety that honestly I don't know too much about, but he's been actually making himself known in minicamp and in OTAs. He's been on a lot of plays that were deflected passes because of him. He was the one deflecting passes that were bounced in the air and later intercepted by others. He even intercepted a pass of himself that was also batted. I believe it was to himself. But now he's making us remember the number 33 on the Giants right now. Besides a early completion to Russell Shepard down the middle of the field, the secondary has been looking great, including Kenny Ladler. I believe the last practice, he was the one that batted the pass up, and Mark McLaurin, the rookie inside linebacker, later intercepted. So, like I said, he's been deflecting passes everywhere, also catching bobbled balls and things like that in interceptions. So he's been very on it. He's been a very good ball hawk, and excited to see that from the safety core, because the safeties right now are just as much in competition as the cornerbacks are. Nothing is set in stone yet. You look at Jabrill Peppers, Antoine Bethea, Kenny Ladler, Sean Chandler, Michael Thomas, a bunch of safeties there. I believe that there's got to be one I'm missing, but there's a bunch of safeties there that are really competing, and they're looking great right now. Honestly, they're looking great. So those are the standout players. We then move on to the sideline note, and not too much. There's not too much, guys, today, so there's not going to be too much reading. So today was a like I said, a very windy day at Quest Diagnostics. So obviously, the secondary is going to win those battles. As far as, when it comes to windy days, the secondary are definitely going to win those battles. They should win those battles. But Eli Manning, Alex Tanney, and Kyle Oletta all had very good deep balls that were on the money. Didn't see Daniel Jones' name in there, which is unfortunate, because I'm becoming more and more of a Daniel Jones fan every day. I see it in myself. I was one of his biggest critics. Now I'm one of his biggest fans. So we have one of the most interesting 2-minute situations we're probably ever going to see in the OTA so far. This one really puts everybody to the test. It says here, the timed 2-minute situation was among the shortest of the spring session. The offense got the ball up to the 48-yard line, down 3 points with no timeouts and 14 seconds left to go on the clock. Rookie Daniel Jones went first with the second group and started with a completion to Coleman to the defense's 39-yard line. The offense rushed on the line and snapped it to spike it with 4 seconds remaining. There was a procedural, I don't really know how to say that word, but procedural penalty on the offense that resulted in a 10-second runoff, and the defense won the situation. So very tic-tac, a pity pat, a very pity pat kind of penalty there to have them lose the situation. That's unfortunate, but it's a very good learning experience from Daniel Jones. He knows what to do. He knows what to do right, what to do, and what's wrong. So very good learning experience for Daniel Jones. I just want to see them learn. They don't even need to succeed. I just want to see progress in them, some progress. Then there goes Tanney, and Tanney completed 2 passes to the sideline that stopped the clock with 4 seconds remaining, just like the other situation. But the ball was on the 33-yard line. It would have set up Rosas for a 51-yard attempt. Then it says here the Giants worked on their plays inside the 5-yard line for 6 plays after the situation period. The defense allowed 1 touchdown, and that was called back by a offensive pass interference. And here's one of the most important sentences to me in this whole article right now. It says here, it has happened very organically, but it looked like Jones is now taking all the snaps with the second team, leaving Tanney and Lauletta to split third team reps. So Tanney, even though he's been having a pretty good camp, Tanney is now bumped down to third team, and Daniel Jones, so far in this OTA, took most of the second team reps. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see, some progress. He doesn't need to succeed all the time. I just want to see the guy progressing. Daniel Jones is absolutely looking great right now, and I know this whole controversy right now, I want it to be true, but I just don't see it as being true. It's probably not right to be true, but I'll get into the video of that later on. And then some other notes here. Darius Slayton again had some reps with the first team. That is fantastic to see. Maybe he is the third guy there. A lot of people were saying when I mentioned that maybe he's the third wide receiver. A lot of people were saying maybe he, that can't be. He has to beat out Corey Coleman and beat out Benny Fowler. I mean, Benny Fowler and Corey Coleman aren't going to be hard to beat. They're not that hard to beat. So Darius Slayton is actually looking really good. He got some reps with the first team. Then obviously they're talking about Jabrill Peppers was very active and I had a tackle for loss on the first run of the drive with Saquon Barkley. So I didn't know it was a tackle for loss, obviously, but honestly, but that is the 8th OTA, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the 9th OTA. A lot of good things that we're seeing so far in these OTAs. So with all that being said, for all NFL news and Giants news alike, I'm Kid Blue, and I'll see you guys in the next video.